Thank you very much, D-Man. What a game! I mean, that was incredible. That was amazing. Gambit closing it out there in the end, but let's go back a little bit. I don't even know what to call out here because it was just complete domination from Diamond and Gambit in the beginning, and then it all flipped the other way.
Yeah, so for people watching, we're here prepping our notes. Okay, we're going to talk about the early game, how Gambit got ahead, and it's like, okay, now scrap that. Okay, we're going to talk about CLG got ahead again, and then we got all these replays lined up. We're going to... Oh no, CLG won that. I lost that right in the end. So I'm going to throw out all my early game notes. Couple things I want to talk about is Gambit is resilient. They find a way to play the game a little different than everybody else, but I really think they need to work on their warding still. Double side zone on Lee Sin and on Janna, but still no deep wards, very few. It seems like they don't really want to buy pink wards unless it is to spot Vayne. Although it's good, Vayne gives them incentive to actually buy those pink wards. But yeah, sloppy game by both, but that call at the end was absolutely genius. I didn't think that would work.
Yeah, I mean, it only worked because they had the Jax. Like, rule number one is you never base race at Jax. Because once he starts hitting the turret, he just literally two-shots it with the Triforce. And I mean, it was a ballsy call from both sides. And I don't really think there was a right play CLG could have made there. They couldn't have sent back any pair of people. They honestly just had to back off, and they would end up sacking the inhib no matter what.
Once they committed to that play, it's all about how far away Gambit was. If Gambit was a little farther away from that base or had a little more hesitation, that game was over. All in all, I thought that was a really decent to good call by CLG. I had no idea Gambit could wreck that base that hard. Going back to the early game, I was happy with the way Nick laid though. We said Nick's laning phase not so good, but he came out on top versus Link, and he definitely had the momentum for Gambit in the early game.
Yeah, he solo killed him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And Diamond, I mean, we were enjoying those plays all around. He had that kill on at least very early on, if we still remember it.
Except for that one moment where his mind was telling him no, but his body was telling him yes.
Actually, yeah, I think that was a really big turning point because that actually gave him a shutdown because Diamond was doing a lot of work in the early game. He was getting ahead. He actually got a killing spree, and he ended up going in really hard for a kill on bot lane and giving a shutdown to double.
You saw him hesitate as well. Q proc, it's like 1 second, 2 seconds. Nah, I gotta go. And then he got condemned into wall. And
I respect it, man. That's the ham points right there.
Well, you do mention double lift. It took him a while to get ramped up, but he absolutely did, and he got protected by his team magnificently in some fights. Let's actually get a replay of some, I don't know if it's double lift styling of his team protecting him very well. Let's get that replay up on the screen around Dragon, where he gets out.
Oh, this fight, I don't even want to say this is really his team protecting double. This is just Cabochard just going in a little bit too ham. You can actually run the clip.
Pay attention to Cassian as well.
Yeah, okay. All right, so they're going to be a little bit of a setup for this, a little bit early. So,
sorry, I set it up. I was really overwhelmed by everything.
So anyways, they're going to be pacing the Dragon. The Jax uses his jump, and you're going to watch Cabochard in this team fight. He's going to jump in a little bit too early to try to kill Aframu and finish him off, but Aframu has already used all of his abilities and exhaust, and this leaves nobody to threaten Vayne in this. And Vayne is just going to be free to do whatever damage he wants. Even the Cassian didn't go on the Vayne. He went to go kill Link.
Well, yeah, he killed Link. LeBlanc used all of his spells already, and if you go and choose against the 4-item Vayne or LeBlanc to just use all his cooldowns, I mean, you should jump on that Vayne. You need 4 people jumping on that Vayne at once. If you don't, you might as well not touch her, because double lifesteal build, he'll just out-sustain you, out-kite you, and this is, double played this magnificently, but it was a big mistake from Gambit committing Cabochard on that Thresh. You basically trade your support for your top laner late game, and then you jump on the mid laner, just use all his spells. Definitely a big mistake, but CLG came out on top, and it looked for such a long time that they were going to take this game.
Yeah, just before that, also, they made that play at Baron, then they couldn't take down Baron because Link had a little accident there around the Baron pit, but they won that fight here, and let's get the next replay up on the screen because they managed to do well around Baron again as well.
So yeah, we were in full prep mode here, thinking CLG was going to take the game, so that's why there are 2 clips. We can roll the clip already. I don't even remember exactly what happened here, but let's see how this plays out. Yeah, Tinker gets caught. Oh yeah, the Jax TP. I think the Jax TP was actually a little bit too far, and then Gambit could have capitalized on this because they had Cabochard on bottom, they had TP advantage, but they greed, bad TP, and double lift's basically untouched. If he has people in front of him, look at that hook from Afro. Immediately, people can follow up, but double lift's is untouched. He kites out of every ability. Cassian E doesn't hit him, and at this point, there's too little damage left to clean up, so Gambit just has to bail. They have to get out of there, and at this point, it's so rough for them. And I really would have liked more spacing from Gambit. They sent Cabochard bottom. I would have liked them to keep Cabochard with them. He didn't have any vision. Sure, he had TP advantage, but he could never exploit that because he never saw who was coming to get him. So Gambit tried to set up a bait. He TP'd to a ward that was in Wraith Pit. I mean, there's no point going that way if you have to go all the way around. And by the time they collapsed, it was too late. The CLG already had sent their Maokai in for reinforcements and just sloppy execution again from Gambit.
Yeah, I honestly think that they shouldn't have even had the Jax TP at all. They should have chunked out the Elise and then back to pressuring Baron.
Yep.
And then just kept the Jax bottom, and that would have put them in a really bad spot because your jungler's not there to smite still anymore, and that pressure is going to be gone.
No, I think that's the correct call, especially if you see how quick a Jax can kill a tower at the end.
Oh,
there.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Apparently he does.
Yeah, let's actually get that replay up on the screen of the base race. We were calling it actually for CLG in the beginning.
You know, one thing I wanted to point out here, you made fun of the captain boots here. Well, wait, actually doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't do anything because he's behind him.
But yeah, look at the damage that Jax does. This Andy has the Janna shield on him. It just absolutely just trucks this turret. Inhibitor dies almost instantly.
Yeah, they almost forget to finish the inhib. That would have been hilarious. But yeah, the Jax just goes ham on the turrets. At this point, Maokai base or not, it's not going to matter. There's a full turret up still in Gambit's base. And yeah, CLG, just their buff got called. And it's really... I would have never made this call.
I think the Maokai like poured it back a little bit sooner when the double turrets were up. And maybe even Thresh goes with him and he uses some of his CC. Maybe it could have been a little bit different. But it's like too hard to call that in the game. When there's been this long of a game and that much back and forth action and there's so much tension, you've already made the call and committed to it. Yeah,
it's simple. It's easy to see. Hindsight is 2020.
It is. You were mentioning the vision often, and although I'm sorry, Thresh Edward is lacking a little bit in that. Actually, it was Janna. Jesus, has me off my game. I just wanted to commend him because he had some fantastic tornadoes to interrupt the Maokai, and those were crucial in those later game fights as well.
Eddie did some really solid plays. He had a NATO cancel on the Lantern. He had a 4-man NATO, I think, this game as well. Same time, like, his fights were good. I really would have liked just a little more vision, a little more him and Diamond going in, placing D-Vision in the jungle, but maybe that's just not Gambit's style, you know. Maybe they're making it work, so who am I to disagree?
Go hard or go home. Well, we will see if they can close out in the next one. I do want to remind you that we have a discount going on right now on shop.eslgaming.com/IEM, where you can get a bunch of awesome hoodies and t-shirts, and I've got one right here. IEM Awesome. There you go.
Very awesome.
Okay.
Just your size.
Just your size.
Just my size. Well, maybe I'll have to get fit with Crepo. Anyway, get your butts over there and grab yourself some cute hoodies and t-shirts. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, it is game 3 between Gambit and CLG. Can they close it out, or is CLG coming back here? We'll find out in a second.